Good morning or evening or afternoon. My name's Crafty Belle Dawn. I was thinking of doing something a little bit different today. When I first started making videos, I would do movie lists and they were pretty short-lived, and now they're privated because they're pretty cringe. I was really out of my element. But I love cinema, so I would kind of like to merge my love of movies and crafting a little bit into one video, maybe like once a month. My idea is to pick a movie or one that was recommended to me, watch it, review it, and also show you what I'm working on. Today seems like a perfect day to knock out some flicks that are on my list just because I'm on a pretty heavy antibiotic right now. So it's not making me feel great on top of already not feeling great with an infection. The film I decided to review today is called Good Boy. It's from either 2022 or 2023, depending on what I am looking at. So I'm pretty sure it's 2023, but it should pop up pretty quick if you want to look for it. I first spotted it because it is available on Amazon Prime right now. I watched the trailer. It looks like a movie that will definitely freak me out in some form or way. I think mascots are really creepy. A little bit about Good Boy, also known as Me, You, and Frank, is a Norwegian film. It's directed by Viljar Boe. I hope I said that right. And the summary for this is Christian, a millionaire, meets Sigrid, a college student, through Tinder. You know how bad Tinder dates go. They hit it off quickly. The only catch is that Christian lives with a man named Frank who dresses and acts like a dog. So let's head downstairs and see what's going on with this Good Boy.
Wow, that was weird.
Let me just say, I have no judgment towards any individuals who participate and enjoy puppy play. If that's your yum with consenting partners and no harm is done, then right on. I'll start with the positives. Did you get it? Positives? I'll stop. I enjoyed the cinematography with its minimalistic appearance, like the sun beaming down on the luxurious looking bed to the man dog panting in the corner was just like chef's kiss. I loved that. There was a very IKEA kind of bland aesthetic to the houses. Everything looked really clean and organized and very like bright lights, like very natural lighting, lots of whites. And then it contrasted then when you see Frank in this haggard looking dog suit that was just a drab gray. And so it'd shift from feeling like this is a very clean, open space to something a little bit dirtier, if I'm not sure how to explain that, but just a little bit grimier, seeing this beat up costume amongst all this perfection everywhere else. The subject matter, it definitely kept me engaged for a while because I was wondering if Frank was, and perhaps he was jealous of the attention that Sigrid was getting from Christian, so then he was just messing with her, or if he didn't even want to be a dog and was forced to be a dog, or he's always been a dog. The wheels were spinning in my noggin because I just wanted to know the backstory the whole time. I want to know how this all came to be. This isn't my thing, but when I went onto my Letterboxd to rate this movie, I did notice a lot of the more positive reviews were people that were just very into Christian. I'll put up this comment I saw because the thirst was admirable, to say the least. You might like it if you're into a hot leading man. He's kind of Patrick Bateman-esque. Like, I'm pretty sure he copied his full morning routine. Moving along from that, a lot of people try to play the tough turn up, but I'll just shoot myself right over to Weenie Hut Jr. and admit that Frank's costume freaks me out. Frank is hard to look at.
Ew!
I'm sure that's what the designer was going for, and they achieved it. Like, there's a scene where she goes to, like, slowly pet his dog head before he starts, like, jumping all over. And I think my teeth are chipped from how hard I was cringing. And then when his face is peering through the crack of the door, gross. Lord, just take me now. No, thank you. New fear unlocked. You're an outside dog now. No one wants to see that. Moving along, but we can always talk about Frank a little more later because what's going on? I did love the runtime. Bring back more 90-minute movies. I know that there's some out there, but a lot of the time I'm kind of over sitting for 2.5 hours that could be trimmed down to 90 minutes. This movie, I believe, is an hour and 16 minutes long. With that being said, this film could have benefited from being a little bit longer. I found the pacing to be very strange. It felt like a slow burn, but everything was happening so fast. Like, the events were just boom, 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 but dragging at the same time. I don't know what that means. I held out hope for an intense climax because it was like wading in molasses through a lot of the movie. Unfortunately, it really just fizzles out when it starts getting dark. The outline was there for an unhinged, disgusting, disturbing movie, but they kind of kept it tame and didn't expand really on anything at all. I almost feel like the speedy encounter did a disservice to this film. I understand that they may have been trying to show how naive, young, and like people-pleasing Sigrid is, but 2 dates within 2 days of each other, and you agree to go to his cabin for a weekend? Girl, what? Also, who says this whole ass house is a cabin?
What the hell are you talking about?
With this pacing, she did meet Frank very quickly, in my opinion. I felt there should have been just a little bit more build up. After one date, you'd wake up to a man dog heavily panting at the end of your bed. The heavy panting thing, though, was a lot, but it's fair because who knows how hot that suit is. Also, having to like crawl around on the like hardwood floor, just scuttling around on your hands and legs. My shins were screaming for him. Let's just keep talking about Frank because he's the most interesting character. And it leads into my probably biggest complaint. I really wanted a backstory of any kind. I know Christian says that they've known each other since childhood, but my guy, that gives me nothing. I thought it would have been cool, at least, like, since he said that they grew up together, like maybe he had like pictures of them growing up, and Frank is like slowly starts sitting like a dog, maybe eventually starts wearing like a dog mask. That way it's not a full like in-depth explanation, but it's like a subtle hint to something. Because of the millionaire aspect, I did do a little bit of brainstorming. And I was thinking, what if Frank was the son of his parents' maid or something like that? So they would have grown up together. However, Frank would have been under Christian's control, or like he could have potentially like kind of groomed him into being a dog. Rich people just do weird shit. We've seen it time and time again, especially in horror. Alas, that's not this movie. Those are just my ideas. This movie, like I said, was an outline that I could fill in with my own ideas and interpretations. Honestly, I did something I should never do, and I really hyped the trailer up in my head. So when it finished, it just kind of let me down. I was amped up to be shocked by something possibly really disturbing and unhinged. Something that would shock me to feel something. Unfortunately, it just gave me a final ending scene that made me audibly go, oh, instead of making me howl with fear. What didn't disappoint is this Lions brand Mandela yarn. I was wanting to make a lighter cardigan for summertime. It will still be too hot to wear in the daytime, but possibly a summer eve cardigan. Let me put that on. So it's not quite done yet. We got a little ways to go, but this is the color Centaur. The color swatch online is a little bit misleading, but it's still really pretty regardless. I got 2 little cakes and a big old cake of the Centaur, and it's made a decent sized cardigan. I like to make mine a little bit bigger, so this has been working out perfect. This is the leftover of the big cake, and I'll probably have a little bit extra left over. I'm working on the border right now, and I want it to be a little bit wider. I think it'll kind of tuck things in a little bit, but I do think it looks really pretty. This is a acrylic yarn. It's a weight 3. For the smaller cake, the yardage is $5.90. I'm not sure what the big cake was, but you get a little more bang for your buck with the larger cake. So that's why I bought that one after I needed to reload. I think it turned a little green because there's a big old plant outside my window and the sun hit it. I will definitely be buying more of these, especially the color Warlock has been catching my eye a lot. It's just a little extra earthy tone, and that's just what I've been feeling lately. Like a little earthworm gem. The rating I gave Good Boy is 2 out of 5, mostly because of the dog costume. This yarn is definitely a 5 out of 5 for me. I absolutely adore it and will continue using it. It's very rare that Lion brand misses, but I really, really like these colors and how this is turning out. Thank you, crafty crooners, for watching. I would love to grow a crafty cinema community, a Chrysinema community. No, that doesn't work. I don't know. Chrysinema. Yeah, we'll call it that. A Chrysinema community. My darlings, it's that time again. I hope you get that serotonin boost today, as always. And I will see you in my next video. Bye!
Ew!